What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer, and I'm back with a quickie review of the new Game Plus showcase that happened yesterday. This is a brand new showcase created by some content creators, and yeah, apparently it's from gamers and developers to for gamers to gamers, and showcasing games that maybe couldn't have the publicity, or they didn't have like the ability to like show off at another showcase. They didn't have the money to promote themselves. And yeah, and while I believe that is true, at the same time, they had quite a few big names here. They actually had quite a few you know, big games here. For example, Blood of the Dawn Walker, Erosion, The Division 2. They have quite a few big ones in here too. But overall, this was a good first showing. Obviously, since it's their first showing, there's some things they have to iron out still. But overall, I would say this was a pretty solid show. And like I was just saying before, they had some pretty, big names, but as well as quite a few little indies in there that, games I had no idea existed, games that are like, they're still in the, like, currently in development, and they're just getting word of mouth out for now. And it was really cool to see, especially the fact that it wasn't just trailers. We actually, they actually talked to the developers, got interviews, and got that inside story of how things are progressing, what they want to do, what they want to try going forward. Yeah, it was an overall good showing. My only thing really that I would say that I think they need to work on is maybe a little bit of their pacing, in the sense of they would always do like they basically broke it down to sections of games, and they would show trailers, and they would show trailers and the developer interviews and stuff like that, and then they would jump back to the content creators on the couch, where the content creators would basically just talk about how cool the game was and how much fun they had talking to the developer. And as interesting and as fun as that is, at the same time, I felt like that portion could have been cut down a bit, because a lot of the times I felt that they were just reiterating stuff that they were already, was already said in the interviews. And then when they talked about, when it was just trailers for games, they just reiterated how cool the game looked, and that's fine. I appreciate their enthusiasm, but it did make things feel a bit long, and the showcase itself was almost past 3.5 hours, so it was a little long. And I feel like they could have just trimmed it down a bit, and I felt like if they did just trim down those couch sections a little bit, it would have paced a bit better. But yeah, overall, this was really cool. I hope I hope this reaches a lot of people and they gain the notoriety that they need. Not notoriety, that's a bad word, I think. But I hope they get the numbers they need to hopefully make this a continuing thing. Make this I don't know if their plans are for every few months or once a year or something like that. But yeah, I would love to see this grow and then refine it. And yeah, this was a pretty good first showing. Again, a lot of the games they showed off were really cool, really interesting. I had a lot of fun, learning about these new games that I never had before, and also learning about games that I hadn't heard of, but I didn't really get a sense of. For example, The Expanse: Osiris Reborn. I did not realize that game was as big as it is. It's basically like Mass Effect, where when I initially saw it and thought about it, I was just thinking it was gonna be a short story, single player game. Not nothing expansive like Mass Effect, and I was completely wrong, and I was surprised. I was genuinely I was happy, happy for the surprise of that. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Again, there's just a little quickie review. Overall, good first showing. I hope and pray to see them do more in the future. and I'm gonna be keeping my eye out. This is a new showcase that I truly enjoyed, and yeah, here's to hoping they come back again. So, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I'd appreciate any feedback. Subscribe. I alternate streaming between Twitch and YouTube because I've not figured out multi-streaming. So if you'd like, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JustAGamerInc, all together in word, or you can click the link below. And on YouTube, just hit that notification bell to know when I go live. But what did you think of the New Game Plus showcase? What are your thoughts on like the games they showed off, on the presentation? What are your thoughts on like the couch sections? Like, do you think it was perfect the way it is? Do you think it could be trimmed down? Like, I would love to hear from you guys. Regardless, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.